What if the very things you think are helping your social media are actually holding you back? I see it all the time. Business owners spending hours creating posts only to hear crickets, or posting whenever they can, hoping something sticks. Today, I'm revealing 7 common posting mistakes that might silently be draining your time and pushing away potential clients. And I'll share simple, stress free fixes you can put into practice right away. It's showtime. Let's get started. Creating consistent, engaging social media content shouldn't feel like rocket science. I've helped thousands of entrepreneurs go from I don't know what to post to I've got this, using simple, easy to implement steps that make a big difference. I'm Maggie Carey, and welcome to the Painless Posting Podcast. Social media is often the very first impression people have of our business, but too often business owners unintentionally push prospects away without even realizing it. Let's walk through 7 of the most common posting mistakes I see, and more importantly, how we can fix them. The first mistake I see businesses make on social media is posting without a clear goal. And this is why that's a problem. When your posts don't have a direction, they just blend into the noise. You might get a like or two, but they don't inspire action and they definitely don't bring clients closer to working with you. For example, I once saw a bakery post a gorgeous picture of bread. No caption. It looked delicious, but what's the point? Were they selling that bread? Were they teaching me a tip about baking? Or were they just sharing some random photo? With no purpose, the post went nowhere. Here's the fix. Give every post a job. Decide if it's there to educate, engage, or sell. That one choice shapes your caption, your call to action, and even the image selection when you know the goal your audience does too. And here's a mini win. Before you hit publish on your next post, stop and ask yourself, what is the job of this post? If you can answer it in one sentence, you're on the right track. And remember, sometimes the goal of your post often circles around the goal of your business. So, for example, are you looking for brand awareness? Are you looking to generate leads? Maybe you're looking for customer engagement. These are all things, goals that we can look at our social media posts and determine whether this goal matches our purpose of this post. So once you know the job of your post, the next challenge is making sure those posts actually show up consistently. And that brings us to mistake number 2. The second mistake I see businesses making on their social media is being inconsistent with their posting. Why does this hurt you? Because social media is built on momentum. When you post 5 times a week and then disappear for 3 weeks, your audience forgets you, and so does the algorithm. Take the example of a realtor. They post 5 houses in 1 week and then vanish. And when they come back weeks later, their followers have lost interest and the posts don't get seen. So here's how you can fix this. Consistency beats bursts. Even 1 to 3 posts a week spread out evenly will outperform random posting marathons. And tools like schedulers make this so much easier. You set it up once and it keeps you visible. Your quick mini win could be right now. Open your calendar and schedule just 1 post for next week. That's the step towards your consistency. Going back to that realtor, if that realtor had then done follow-up posts about the open house or maybe a little history talking to the original owners, something that would be inspiring or interesting, you can take 1 post and spread it out. Now, even if you're posting regularly, there's another pitfall that can water down your efforts, and that's when your graphics don't reflect your brand. Let's talk about mistake number 3. The third mistake that I see businesses making on their social media is using graphics or photos that don't reflect their brand. And this is why it's a problem. Unbranded content looks generic. It could belong to anyone, which means you miss the chance to build recognition. Consistency in visuals builds trust. They know it's you if you're consistent with your graphics. Now, I don't mean make them the same. What I'm saying is make them recognizable, that they're you, that it screams your brand. I once saw a fitness coach. They used Canva templates straight out of the box. The fonts and colors were all different because they were the default of that particular template. So it wasn't her brand. And it looked nice, but it didn't look like her, and it wasn't consistent, and her feed was a mess. In order to fix this problem, the easiest way, if you're using Canva, is to use their brand kit. Make sure you're using your own colors, your own fonts, your logo consistently so that when your post pops up, people immediately recognize it as yours. Now, if you decide you want to use a photo filter, that's another way of making your brand look recognizable in your content. So here's a mini win for you. Pick one Canva template and update it. Pick a series of Canva templates that work well together and update it with your brand colors and fonts. This simple step will make your content instantly recognizable. And if you stay to the end of today's episode, I have something that will make that step much easier. Okay, so now your visuals are on brand, but what about your captions? Too many businesses stop at just putting information out there, and that leads to mistake number 4. The fourth mistake that I see businesses make in their social media is talking at your followers instead of with them. Social media is about connection. It's social, right? And we forget that. It's about connecting, not making announcements. Of course, you're going to have some announcements, but you want to make this more about engaging with people instead of broadcasting information, because that's when people tune out. If a spa were to post something like, "We're open 9 to 5, that's useful information, but it's not really engaging. It doesn't invite any interaction. You could fix that by turning the statement into a conversation. Instead of saying, "We're open 9 to 5, try self-care check. Do you prefer morning or evening massage?" Suddenly, you're inviting response. And when you reply to those responses, real connection happens. So here's a quick win for you. Take one informational post you have right now and reframe it as a question. See how much more engagement you get with that post. I'd love to hear what happens. And once you start building conversation, you'll want to know which ones actually work. And that's where mistake number 5 shows up. The fifth mistake I see businesses making in their social media is ignoring their analytics. Why is this a big deal? Because guessing what works is like throwing spaghetti on the wall. Your audience is literally showing you what they love. You just have to look, and every platform has some form of analytics to help you figure it out. They want you to create content that keeps people engaged and on the platforms. Those analytics are not a curse. They're there to help you. Okay, so let's take an example of a coffee shop. They keep posting latte art photos, but when you check their numbers behind the scenes, staff photos get triple the engagement. They're missing out on what their audience actually wants. They want to see happy, smiley faces. They do help your social media feed as much as you don't want to admit it. Human beings, smiley, happy faces, pets and animals, lifestyle photos really do very well. I know that because I look at my analytics. Look at your analytics and see what happens. So what I'd like you to do is not only look at it today, but review your analytics regularly. Double down on the content that resonates. Let the data guide you instead of you trying to guess what works. And here's a mini win for you. Look at the last 5 posts and notice Which one got the most comments or likes? Do more of those kind of posts this week. Now let's zoom back into captions for a second, because even with good data, if your words fall flat, your post falls flat. And that, my friends, is mistake number 6. The 6th mistake I see businesses make on social media is that they're using boring or no captions at all. Sorry to be a little harsh here, but here's why this hurts you. Your image might catch someone's eye, but the caption is what draws them in. It connects emotionally and tells them what to do next without you leaving your audience hanging. And remember, those words are being searched. Those words are being used in analytics and SEO. That's why sometimes you'll see, even in Google, when people do a search, a LinkedIn post may come up, a YouTube video may show up. So, for example, I saw a jewelry brand post a bracelet with a caption, "New bracelet." That was it. Not very exciting. So, whatever. They tried. Okay, they tried to be quirky and fun. It fell flat because, so great, new bracelet. What about the new bracelet? Okay, this is where my help process comes in. H is for hook. Hook them in those first 3 seconds in that first sentence. E, explore the pain point. L, lay out the solution. And P, prompt the action. For that bracelet, the caption could be as simple as this. This bracelet was made for busy moms who never stop moving. Lightweight, stylish, durable, because you deserve jewelry that keeps up with your day. Which color matches your vibe? That's how you can give more life to your post. Just create an engaging caption to go along with your engaging image. Let's talk about how you can turn this into a quick win for yourself. Take one of your upcoming posts. Rewrite the caption using the help process. I bet you're going to feel the difference right away. You can find my help process at thehelpprocess.com. I even have an AI tool that will help you with it. If you go to thehelpprocess.com/help AI, that will give you a ChatGPT tool to help you write captions using the help process. And finally, the last mistake I see all the time, and it might be the one holding you back the most, is trying to juggle everything manually and on your own. That's mistake number 7. The 7th mistake I see business owners making on their social media is trying to do it all manually and alone. Here's the danger. Doing this on your own leads straight to burnout. You spend late nights juggling Instagram, Facebook, TikTok without a system to support you. That exhaustion is often why people stop posting altogether. And let me tell you, my friends, if you don't know my story, go back and listen to episode 1 where I share this story. I know what it's like to try to figure this all out on your own. That's why I developed systems and processes to help people do their social media easy and faster. This is not where you should be spending your time. Your social media is supposed to be quick and painless. Let me tell you a little bit about my story in a nutshell. I spent the night before Thanksgiving in 2018 trying to create content for my IT business at the time. And I spent all day creating content and trying to figure out how to do it. And not only that, but I ended up spending the whole weekend posting it manually because I didn't have tools and processes in place. I wasted a holiday weekend doing social media posts that I didn't even know if they were good or not. And guess what? They weren't. And I got 0 engagement. I made no sales. I don't want that happening to you. My tip for you, the fix for this solution is stop juggling. Use a social media management system that lets you plan, post, and analyze all in one place. That way, you're not chained to your phone or your desk, and you can enjoy your life by setting it and forgetting it. That way, you're able to manage your posts effectively. You can create content that resonates with your audience. So, here is a mini win for you. Identify just one thing you can automate this week. Whether that's scheduling captions or checking analytics, that one shift will free up more time than you realize. And remember, you're not alone. Go over to my Instagram, listen to another podcast. I'm always sharing tips on how you can do your social media easier, faster, and tons of shortcuts. And if you're really looking for a system and support and training, it all comes with our painless posting system. So if you go to painlessposting.com, check it out. It is so cool. Every time I show it to somebody, they're like, oh my gosh, where have you been all my life? I'm right here helping you. So let's do a quick recap. We've covered the 7 mistakes I see most often: posting without a clear goal, being inconsistent with scheduling, using graphics without branding, talking at instead of with your followers, ignoring analytics, writing boring or missing captions, and trying to do it all manually and alone. And by the way, there's one more mistake I see business making with their social media, and that is pitching. Constantly pitching their product or services without exploring the pain point and showing that you can empathize and sympathize with the challenges they are being faced. Now you know not only what these mistakes are, but exactly how to fix them. And that brings us to today's shortcut, because while fixing each mistake will help, there's one mindset shift that ties them all together. If you only remember one thing from today, let this be it. Consistency beats perfection. Think of your social media like a drip of water. It's not the one big splash that makes the impact. It is steady drops over time that carve out real results. So make sure you give every post a job, use schedulers to stay consistent, brand your visuals with your colors, fonts, and logos, start conversations instead of broadcasting, check your analytics weekly. Don't guess, because it's not going to work. Use the H.E.L.P process for creating your captions, and please, don't do it alone. Use a system. Use a person you can trust and rely on to help you with your social media. And if you're ready to build a smarter social media strategy with content you don't have to second guess, visit masteryoursocialmedia.com. It's a simple 7-day plan to help you post with clarity, confidence, and connection. You'll get 7 professionally designed Canva template graphics and 7 ready-to-edit captions that you can plug into your content plan immediately. So visit masteryoursocialmedia.com. If you're enjoying the Painless Posting podcast, please don't forget to subscribe and leave us a review. It helps other business owners discover these shortcuts too. Until next time, keep your posting painless and your engagement powerful.